Hey, Nicole, I'm in the back. Welcome to our brand new costume department. Oh, we don't have the budget for this. Just don't tell Stickman I went through his stuff. Back to more important topics like helping me decide which of these I'm going to wear. Number 1, Indiana Jones ripoff. Number 2, the very model of a modern Major General. Or number 3, just a normal dude wearing a backpack and go-getter attitude. Yeah, this one was my personal favorite. It kind of really speaks to the whole idea that anyone can become an archaeologist. You know, you don't need to be special or anything. Now then, that little trick is actually something you can do with the more advanced version of the watches. Yours won't be able to do that right away, but eventually, if you work here long enough, you'll be able to get a version that should be able to save and load outfits and equipment loadouts. You know, just standard stuff that makes it easier so you don't have to change every 5 minutes. Hey guys, Ognajteff here, and welcome to another episode of our Minecraft Civilization Challenge as we go down the road to the Old Kingdom. Now, as you can see, I've changed up my skin for this one, and that's because we're going into archaeology mode. Yay! Now, when I first started the series, I forgot that Minecraft had recently updated with the archaeology stuff, and I only recently remembered that. And this is perfect because I've actually studied archaeology in university. So this is actually something I'm not actually qualified to speak for because I have no actual practical experience, but at least I know the theory. Anyway, the only things you need to really get started in here is a stick, a copper ingot, and a feather, and it gives you this brush, and then you get to sweep things. Thankfully for us, the place I've settled has an archaeology spot literally right next door. And you would have seen it in the very intro there that I did, and there it is again. Right under the waves. What is archaeology? Archaeology is the study of the human past, usually via the material remains that has been left behind by various people of the past. Now, this could be physical remains as in artifacts, lithics, pottery, are the main two primarily, but could also mean biological remains, the remains of structures, the remains of all sorts of things. Just what does the past tell us through the artifacts that we find? And of course, there are many different branches depending on where and how you're studying. So, Egyptology is a branch. You have modern archaeology / historical archaeology. You have various forms of ancient archaeology, and depending on where in the world you're studying, one could classify, for example, the study of indigenous cultures in North America as a very different field than studying the peoples of, say, Southeast Asia, Borneo, or Indonesia. Whoop. Ow. Okay, so in the water, we are going to be looking for a very particular... Oh, there. This is perfect right here. And what do we got? So all we got to do... Ooh, ow. Okay, we got an iron axe. So, I should actually probably go about how you set about going about a site. So I can't speak for marine archaeology, for example, which is the study of archaeology under the water. And what I just did was a major faux pas. I went in and I didn't categorize anything. The first thing you should do at any given site is get a lay of the land, because archaeology is inherently destructive. So in order to study a site, you have to dig it up from its original context. Archaeology is all about the contexts. So you want to be as careful as possible to record the placements of everything. So, for example, we found this here. This being here might actually be an important clue as to what this structure was. Who were the people here and what it was telling us about. Furthermore, we have writing here, pictures, and writing systems are very important, as those can also be hints towards what the people who left this behind. If you already know who these people were, for example, if this was Egypt, I mean, we're Egypt, but for the sake of argument, if this was ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, that's a known culture in which we can actually translate what this says. But not all cultures and not all languages have survived the present. So if we come across an unknown, preserving that is of key importance, and destroying it, even if it's an accident, is a terrible loss. So preserving the site as much as possible, therefore, is key to archaeology. Now, going around, we normally do a test dig, and then if we found artifacts at a particular site, that site then becomes official for the archaeologists, and they usually have a time span that they're assigned, and it's usually a CRM sort of... Well, okay, I should speak specifically, I know the Canadian system. So you have the private archaeologist, then you have public archaeologists and all that sort of stuff. And depending on who you're working for... Oop, there's another site. Although I'm going up for air first. Who you're working for will determine what you get done and what you find. If you find human remains, for example, that's going immediately into a police case until determined that it was ancient or recent. So, finding a second spot here. Ooh, an emerald. So, we've already found an iron axe and we found an emerald. Ooh. This is actually fascinating and just amazing for me. Like I said, oh, and here's the destructive part I mentioned. Archaeology is inherently destructive. In order to find spots, like, oh, there's 2 more spots, although I'm out of air again. Ugh. It's so much easier if I have a potion set up. Archaeology is inherently destructive in that it is very easy to destroy the land around any given site. You need to dig down, for example, so you clear away the land. However, the land itself could hold key context to understanding what the site was like. Furthermore, if you accidentally cleared away anything while in the process of clearing the land, then that's even more problems. So that brings us on to topic number 2 of archaeology, and that is a few of the theories and rules behind it. Ooh. There we go. So this is probably like a grain silo or a storage of some sort. Over there might be like a temple structure. And have to be very careful not to destroy the wrong blocks. Actually, is that a different gravel spot? No. Okay. Yeah, because there are 2 types. Oop, there's one. Yeah, there are 2 types of blocks here. There is the special sand and the special gravel. I don't know what the special gravel looks like. I haven't found any yet. I've only exclusively seen the sand. But part of the problem is you have to dig down in order to find it, right? Oop, there's another one. So how do you know how old something is? Oop, is that a hoe? 2 hoes! Ooh. There we go. And it's actually coming to nightfall. Okay, so, as I'm traveling back, I'll tell you about the law of law of stratigraphy, is it? Oh, Lord, I'm forgetting my university training. It's only been months. Oh, God. Anyway, so there's a basic rule in archaeology, and that is stuff on the bottom of the pile tends to be older than the stuff on the top. Basically, if you dig down, there are layers of dirt. So if I can just do a quick example. And then if I just find a shovel. Okay, so pretend this is the topsoil layer. This is a layer just immediately underneath, and then this is a layer immediately underneath that. The stuff up here is the most recent. Stuff down here is the second oldest. Stuff down here is the oldest. The only time that would be different is if you found a place where someone clearly dug down into the earth and then placed something inside. Speaking of sites, returning to ours here. Is there anything else of immediate note while I'm looking around here? Being very careful not to destroy anything, because the one nice thing I like what Minecraft has done here, if you accidentally miss a one of the special sand or gravel blocks, it is destroyed by gravity, and also if you destroy it, it makes a glass sound, and once that happens, you can't get it back. It's lost forever. So being careless and destroying a site actively harms your ability to excavate, and which is actually a really cool feature because it gets you to pay attention, be very careful, to make notes and well, maybe not make notes, but at least look around and be very careful in how you're excavating. Okay. I'm gonna sort of move down one layer here. I'm trying... Is that a special? No. Okay. Oof. Okay. However, this is not the only site I found, actually. There's another site that is very close... Two other sites, technically, that are very close to where I live here that have stuff in them. So let me show you a little bit of a change of pace. Also, it means I'll stop drowning every few seconds while I'm explaining what I'm doing. Ooh, what's this? Coal? Yes. Looks like it. And here we go. Site number 2 and 3 are both just over here. And that is this temple. And just off in the distance, just beyond there, is a desert well. Both of which will have the sand spawn in them. So, as we're arriving here, oh, there's the well. I should mention that modern archaeology is quite different from the archaeology of, say, Indiana Jones, which was a lot more treasure hunting than it was archaeology. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy those movies, it's just different from what modern archaeology... Ooh, hello! Bye. Let me just eat up first. Really? That's mean. I got all... Ow! Oh, please don't die right now. This actually took me a while. And I'm not even wearing my air-conditioned suit anymore. I just got... me. And I don't even, tan. I burn. Come on. Here we go. This corner here. I scout... Okay, so, this temple is out in the desert. Okay, let me be more specific. Our house is in that direction over there. I found this place while I was looking for the donkey that I used for the brickyards. And I scouted the place out a little bit while I was over here, and I remember seeing a spot somewhere around here. It might actually be... Ah, there. There we go. So yeah, this is another place where you can find it. Now, what I'm doing here isn't archaeology. It's grave robbing right now. Archaeology and grave robbing, well, they both come from the same tradition. But, okay, yep, I forgot about that. Since I'm here, I may as well go check out the remains. One of the areas of study that I have done is in ancient mummies and human remains. Rule number 1 when dealing with humans' remains: they are human remains. Therefore, you should treat them with respect. Ooh. Nice. I'm also going to just take all the TNT because I'd rather not accidentally cause a problem here. Back to looting. Yeah, so I have dealt with human remains. In fact, the institution where I went and got my education from actually has a mummy on the site. And I've met her a couple times, and the way I'm talking about her, you notice I'm trying to humanize her as much as possible. And that is, once again, like I said, these are still human remains. They were just like us, living their own lives, even if it was the ancient past, and even though they're long dead, they still need to be treated with as much respect that you can give them. So modern archaeology, as I was saying, is more about the preservation of sites than it is about the looting of sites. So there's a large debate in how much of archaeology is based around sort of excavating and taking from sites, and how much it is about preserving the sites as they currently lay. As I've said before, archaeology is inherently destructive. If you destroy the context in which something lay, then it is gone. You're not getting it back. So a lot of effort in more recent days have been put into sort of preserving the site in all of its form. Ooh, is this a thing? Is this a thing? I want to make sure none of these are the breakable type of block. Is this a thing? Am I going crazy, or is this a thing? Ooh! There we go. More gunpowder. Okay, okay. That was a good bit. Ooh, there's another one. But yeah, as you can see, I have to tear away the layers. Ooh, it's a pottery shard! This is actually what I'm looking for here. Oh, okay. Actually, I should probably keep those. Skull pottery shard. Okay, this is perfect. Respecting the remnants. I mean, I'm looting right now. This isn't... If I was really trying to do as I was saying, which is preserving the site, I wouldn't be doing this. I would probably be refurbishing it, making sure the site is all well and clean, making sure it's structurally sound and all that. Oh, wow. So, yeah, I'm literally excavating a thing. Oh, wow. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. Is there like a second one right under here? I should be a lot more careful about my excavations here. Because one wrong move and... Oh, yeah, one wrong move. I could have destroyed this spot here. Oh, is that more pottery? It's more pottery! Oh, man. I love how excited I'm getting over pottery. Archer pottery shard. Ooh. Okay. What else is there? Oh, this is great. I love this. This is so... Oh, my God. No! Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That was another one there. That breaking glass sound was me breaking one because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's cheating. That was cheating. Aw, game. Oh, now I feel terrible. I've let 2 break in a row. But that just shows how careful you have to be here. Yes, so, in order to have this not qualify as grave robbing, I have to be doing this in a scientific way. So, archaeology in North America is considered one of the sub-branches of anthropology, which is considered the most humanistic of the sciences and the most scientific of the humanities. So it's a social science that focuses on, as the name suggests, human, aka anthro-human. The study of humanity. And archaeology in North America is thus the study of humans via the archaeological remains, aka the physical remains. So, from that first site, this is all the stuff we got, from this emerald over to this iron axe. So, we can see one iron tool and a bunch of wooden tools, which actually suggests this was a relatively recent site, because wood rots. With the exception of ancient Egypt, where wood artifacts actually was really good because of the hot, dry desert. However, this was underwater. Underwater, wood does not preserve, unless in anaerobic conditions and under, like, very thick layers of mud. Because oxygen is the great destroyer when it comes to elements. So, we have a bunch of wooden hoes, we have an iron axe, so this suggests more of a farming community, which the grain and coal sort of suggest, and then the emerald, well, that's just a little bit of treasure. So, maybe they were wealthy, or maybe they were traders, who knows. But that's the sort of thing you would have to do. You'd have to use the context of the various things you find at a site. So, for example, we probably found a grain silo there. given all the grain we found was in a single building, alongside with 3 of the 4 hoes. Or 2 of the 4 hoes. Counting. Math. Okay, I studied archaeology and history, not math. Give me a break. And there was one more site over in this direction. Here's hoping I don't get murked before I get there. No! Oh, no. Alright, getting back here. Oh, there's the brush. Okay, I'm complete now. I don't need anything else. A few more of the things down here. Excuse me. There we go. Had to sneeze there for a second. Although I think I'm good now. Alright, so we got our sherds. We got our tools. Oh, it's all mixed up. Alright, so the sands around the desert well will now spawn artifacts. The temples spawn artifacts. The ocean ruins spawn artifacts. And then there's the trail ruins, which were new in this update. Oh, there's one. Please, please, please. Ooh, what's that? Is that a stick? Oh, it's a stick. Which I don't have room for. Bye, rotten flesh. Archaeological. Oh, wait, the rotten flesh. I got that off of dead bodies. Bye, sugar. There we go. That wasn't. Ooh, there's another one. That's another sherd. Yes. Bye, glowst. No. There we go. Arms up, pottery sherd. Yes. So sherd is shard effectively. If you find the word sherd a little weird, you can just say shard. Same deal. Oop, another one. Oh. Oh wait, no, that's just a normal one. Never mind. I'm getting excited over nothing. So yes, the only type of ruin I haven't found yet is the one that actually got added in this update. Otherwise, I found all these ones just right near my house. Speaking of, let's start heading back and we can put these pottery sherds to use. I'm about to show you what is now my second favorite feature, despite the fact that I haven't actually done it yet. Let's see. So, coming across our clay pit / mud pit, we are going, there we go, to run straight home because I've already prepared a few things. First off, my chest, so I can just dump off like that, and those, and actually, oh yeah, I do have some wheat in there. Throw in my treasures, and there. One of these. I believe this is how we make the pottery. There it is. Decorated pot. Arms up pottery sherd. Skull pottery sherd. Archer pottery sherd. Brick. Okay, so then I can just make like a few normal ones, right? Yeah. And they do not stack. Okay. Now the question is, if I drop this... Okay, yeah, I do not want to place and drop. Got it. Boom! We got decorated pottery! Yes! Okay. And, oh look! I think you guys know what's about to happen. Earlier I had mentioned that archaeology was a part of anthropology in the North American school, and I stress the North American school. I know it's definitely different in Europe, and I'm not 100% sure about East Asia and other regions. But for the North American educational system, anthropology is a broader array of 4 different subdisciplines. So you have archaeology, which is the study of the past through the physical remains left behind. You have biological anthropology, which focuses on a bunch of different things from primatology, human origins, genetics, those sort of things. So the more biological side of things. Then you have cultural anthropology, which focuses more on living cultures and ethnographies. And then finally, you have the study of linguistics, which, as the name suggests, is just the study of how languages develop, how speech patterns work, and so on and so forth. A few other notes I'd like to just add on here. One thing is what the most common materials you'll find at a site are. So, I mentioned earlier that wood rots really easily, and metal, actually, simultaneously, doesn't preserve very well on account that just a little bit of oxidation happens, that metal turns to rust and then disintegrates. So your best chances are actually stone, fired clay, and then earthen sort of materials. So for earthenware, that could mean anything from mounds to pits dug into the ground. Both will leave a physical mass that is visible on the archaeological record and can be used to find sites, maybe place where buildings were, or alternatively storage pits, middens, or anything else of the sort in relation to whatever community was living through here. Stone artifacts are some of the best when it comes to preservation, and it can range anywhere from mosaic tiles and stone bricks all the way up to core and flake tools. In fact, actually, one of the most interesting classes I had in university was artifact analysis, wherein I actually got a bag full of late woodland and early colonial period artifacts that I got to hand analyze. And that was actually really interesting, and so I got to actually handle the artifacts, and they walked through how to observe flake tools versus core tools. The idea being a core tool is a tool made of the core of a stone, which is the part where when you're flint napping, you knock the flakes off the core. That's the difference. Flake tools are the tools you make from the flakes. Core tools are the tools you make from the... And then each tool can take a different form depending on purpose, who made them, so on and so forth. And then the other major thing was pottery sherds. So pottery preserves really well, except when crushed, damaged, or otherwise destroyed because of time, wear, whatever. So you tend to find them in a bunch of little shards, which you have to reassemble. But even the little shards can tell you a lot, such as if there's any decorations on it, it can tell you decoration patterns. It can show you the manufacturing process and what materials used, all of which can be key into understanding the people that you're studying. But this was just a little quick once over a few of the details that I sort of neglected during the episode. There's a lot to archaeology, and this was a very basic thing, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, let's get back to the thing. And there we go. With that, we are fully done our market square and our pottery workshop. So, that's actually this half of the entire village complete. All it's left to do is build up some things on that side, and this village is considered done, and we're moving on to the next one. However, first we might as well go through here. So next to our well, we got our classic sort of stall here. And then we got a few variations. We got like a miniature version of the stall. We got one with leaves. And then we got these two, which have more of a overhang sort of situation here. And then this one. Then up front, I have my pottery shop. So this is the one I made out of all the various sherds that we found. And then inside, you'll see we have a couple just blank ones that you could just build with the normal clay bricks. Upstairs, we have a bit of a firing area, although that's what the kiln down here is for. And of course, well, this is the brickyard back here. Any spare clay, mud, whatever you need, you can probably just commandeer and grab for the purpose of making and selling pottery. But with that, it's unfortunately time to say ta-ta for now, as it's starting to get a little bit late on the recording schedule. So, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. This has been Ognajteff, and we will catch you guys next time as we cross the river and continue down our road to the Old Kingdom. Until then, Ognajteff, signing out.